It's Rob!
Tony!
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello inmates and welcome back to the, and I'm Rob, of course, our Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we will be playing some Yogg Druid, and we are rank 11, so we went back to 12, I think, in the last episode, and we were playing Tempo Dragon Warrior. So now we have 2 wins into our rank 11, so this is a win streak if we win. And hopefully we can keep the Yogg Druid going. So far our luck hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been great though. It's been like normal, right? It's like if you just don't make me really unlucky, I do fine. If you just don't make my opponent do really well, I do fine. But it's in combination with the opponent getting really lucky and me getting really unlucky is where the bad things start to happen. I've been really enjoying this Yogg Druid deck though. I didn't really play much of it last season. But for the most part, this season, like, I'm really surprised at how well the deck works and, like, all the synergies within it. So we're going to go ahead and discover a spell. Maybe we'll get a Wild Growth or something like that. We didn't. Mark of Yashar, I don't like it. Mark of Nature, I don't really like it. Force of Nature, I like it a little bit more. It allows us to make some trades early on, and also it's like a 3-for-1 in card value, basically. I'm sorry if you hear the beeping. It's not my fault. It's from a giant truck outside, and I'm not even sure what that truck is doing. Okay, so we could go Innervate, Coin, Force of Nature, or we could just go Raven Idol. I think we're just gonna go Raven Idol. I think if we go Innervate, Coin, it's a little bit too, that's like a really frisky dingo, and that I'm not about that right now. We gotta be a calm dingo, because if we're too frisky, I just don't like to, I don't know. I just don't want to see bad things happening to good people. So normally Feral Rage is something I would pick up if this was like a zoo. Naturalize is good if he's playing like, let's say he plays an Azure Drake, right? We get to kill it and he draws and he'll probably overdraw. Mark of Nature is good though because in combination, you know what? I like Naturalize. As silly as it may be, I think if he plays Azure Drake on 4, like if he taps again here. If he's playing zoo and if he taps again, this is so good. So he's going to draw, he's going to play Azure Drake, we'll kill it, he draws 2. Oh my gosh, this could be amazing. So we go Innervate, Force of Nature, next turn Coin, Nourish, or do we go Innervate, Nourish, Coin, Force of Nature? I actually like playing, the problem is if we coin Force of Nature and then he just Hellfires, like that's really bad. We want to set him up so he plays the yeah, I want to set it up so he wants to play the Azure Drake. So we're just going to draw 3 cards. If we summon dudes, he's not going to want to play the Azure Drake. He's going to be scared, and we can't let him in his little hidey hole. He needs to come out of the hidey hole. He play Twilight Drake right now. Be a man, play the Twilight Drake. I know you've got it. Do not be scared, Reldick. Reldick? You have Azure Drake. That is not an Azure Drake. It is, however, a card that's going to give him a card. So now he has 9 cards in his hand. Don't play another card. Oh, shoot. All right. Maybe Force of Nature was the right play. So coin Force of Nature or Mire Keeper, make dudes. Save coin. I like Mire Keeper, make dudes, save coin. You know why? Because we can coin on 6 into Ancient of War. I like where this is going. And this still contests the board the same as the Force of Nature. So we're okay. And we've got Naturalized for when he plays his 8/8. We're never going to beat this guy in card control. So giving him more cards doesn't matter. Everybody, look under your seats. Everybody gets cards here. But I don't even know where I'm going with that. Anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh god, Bane of Doom. Give him Draxus. Oh, that's so good for us. Alright, so we're just going to casual Force of Nature here. There we go. I feel so powerful. Good. Good stuff. I remember when these had charge. The good days. Never forgetty. Mom's spaghetti. Alright, so coining into war. What other options do we have? There's the Azure Drake. We knew we had it. We knew we had it. Ooh. We have to naturalize, though. I mean, do we, though? Do we really? He's gonna overdraw. And that's gonna be good. But if we don't, we make a whole bunch of dudes. Never forgetty mom's spaghetti. We have no other play if we naturalize. Like, we have nothing to utilize 5 mana. We could power the wild, but I'm not doing that. I mean, we could draw with the Wrath, and then we could save the hero power and see what we get, but I kind of want to save Wrath. Wow, we have nothing if we naturalize. We literally have nothing, but he overdraws, and I really like him overdrawing. Ah, this feels horrible.
Time waits for no one.
I mean, we could Wrath, like I said. Nah. What a weak turn. We'll hold on to it.
Time waits for no one.
We got rid of Brand, boys. We know he's playing Reno then. If he would have like blew off Reno, like I valued the overdraw really highly there.
Are you my master?
And he's playing Cthulhu. Ooh, next level plays with this guy. Next level plays. Wowzer Reno in the chat Reno. So, well, we could passive swipe. Using Wrath to draw 1 from this, I really don't mind that at all. Using our passive to just knock it off, I really don't mind that either. If we swipe, we can actually make the trade with this. And that would cost us 6 mana. I really don't like that. That's too much mana. That's too much mana. Alright, so we're just going to knock off the shield. We know we're doing this. Then we know this attacks here, right? There's not... Why wouldn't that attack that? And now we're left with this. Do we just Wrath this and do nothing? Alright. So, next turn we coin into Sonaris. Okay. But if he plays Rag, then we mulch. Okay. Feel like we're not utilizing our mana to the fullest, but I don't want to power the wild yet. 10 cards. Too bad we're not playing Priest. We would just take the shit out of that gang boss. Swipe doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. Do we just play the war here? No, we want to stick to our guts. But you can save coins so we can actually Wisp of the Old Gods, coin into Soul of the Forest. So what if we play a war? Worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, he Siphon Souls, right? Yeah. Or Abusive Sergeant's Big Game Hunter. Whew! That would be next level. We're just not gonna, we're gonna pretend like that's not gonna happen. I actually, you know what? That'd be insane.
I have no time for games.
Ooh, that's not good. Ooh. He's killing it. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Wow, he gave up a lot to kill that though. Oh, it discarded this Cthulhu, this guy right now, this guy. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are those? All right. So we have this that does 4 and this does 4. We may mulch.
I wonder.
So we play this. 4, swipe 4, makes dude. We don't like that. We go Sonaris. This has 5, this has 8. Makes trade. Swipe does a little bit more. This makes trade. I actually like Sonaris. But if this, we're gonna pretend, but if this lives on the field and we Sonaris, that's GG. But that's not gonna be our win condition. If we go ahead and mulch, yeah, we can mulch, hit that, but I don't really like that. I like this. Just to see if we can put any damage onto this shit. Because the next turn we can go with the Fandral into the swipe into the Wrath. Hopefully clear board. Following turn we go ahead and drop the Power of the Wild or the Wisp of the Old Gods and we just say, "A Lamau." And well, hopefully we can do some of that shit. He discarded Cthulhu though. Ooh, Demon's Wrath, that's not good. But he did put damage onto his Ancient of War, which is what we wanted. This now has 1 HP. Now it can be swiped. I retract that statement. It can no longer be swiped. Makes trade, now it's at 4. Now it's swipeable. Swipe-tastic. So we actually can deal 3 damage to this. Deal 1 damage to this. No, we just want to deal 1 damage to this. We're not scared of that. But do we want to deal 1 damage before or after? And do we Fandral or do we just teach her? I think we teach her. Yeah, so we teach her swipe. See where we're at.
Pay attention, class.
I'm ready to
Ooh, innervate. Can we do some good things?
I'm ready to learn.
We could innervate. Power the Wild. Or should we just wait for that? We have coin, and we can combo that with Soul of Forest. Actually, like this.
I'm ready to learn.
Time waits for no one.
Because it's going to force him to use Hellfire. And then we have Wisp of the Old Gods to follow up. We have 2 big bursty turns. No, we can actually just Fandral coin Wisps. Unless he just wins here. Unless he just has Leroy Jenkins and we just overthought like that entire thing. Okay. So this is Twisting Nither and there's Doomsayer. So there's no point to play anything here. I mean, no, there's not even a point to Wisps. There's not a point to do anything.
For the wild.
I mean, we could have War and then Mulch, but I really don't like that. Oh, man. This is going to be a rough game. Is he still tapping to look for stuff? There's a Rat-a-tat on our screen. I gotta try to... Oh, wow. That's a guy. We're going to have to War this. Do we War 1, Mulch 1? We know we're warring. He hasn't played Hellscream yet. So, like, do we think he has a Hellscream? I mean, not Hellscream, but Rag. Do we think he has Rag? Does this guy play Rag? He could, in fact, play Rag. What is the chance? If he had Rag, he would have played it, so we're just going to kill it. We're going to kill one of them. And the reason being is because next turn when we play Fandral Coin Wisps. No, I don't think we should Fandral Coin Wisps. Siphon Soul, okay. Okay. So what can we do here to stop the field? He is currently 7 damage. We definitely need to swipe. Well, we're swiping this one, right? And then we would coin... And we coin Wisps. And then hopefully he doesn't have 2 damage. Draxus does it. There was not a good situation the entire game. Like, every time we tried to put pressure, he was able to pressure back. So him tapping is a good sign that he doesn't have what he needs to succeed. We also have lethal if he doesn't have it. He does. Wow. He had it the whole time. There was even no reason for him to tap. So, playing the Fandral any time before that didn't do anything. We tried to play Wisp as soon as we can. We couldn't because we had to put up taunts. We killed as much shit as we could with Mulch and Naturalize. There was no play when Doomsayer happened. No matter what we played, would have died. So the only option was to, like, Wisps. No, we could have Wisp, coin, Soul the Forest. Why didn't I do that? Because he already... Oh, because then he just Hellfires and our whole plan is ruined. But we had 2 Wisps. Well, it was questionable. We could have done that. I think that we were in a position where we had to make risky plays. So maybe that was the play. We could have done that instead. So that turn that he had the we're actually gonna keep these 2. Well, we can coin Mire, keep it for ramp, or make a dude, and we also have coin. But yeah, that turn he played Doomsayer, we had the coin, which we had planned to use it with Soul of Forest. I just didn't want to, when I played those cards, of course, them to die immediately. I also didn't know that he was gonna rip all those high-level Cthulhu cards. That was very questionable as well. So we could go I really don't like that. I actually like just living roots for the 1/1 dudes, and then next turn we go ahead innervate out for the mana, and then we'll actually can we don't feel as bad as having to use the coin and the innervate just to get a wild growth. We only use the innervate to get a wild growth, and the innervate there turns into a growth, and we just play the 3/3 as a 3. So actually for 2 mana he costs. So we basically get a 2 mana 3/3 in wild growth with the remaining 2 mana in a card. It's pretty good. And we're singing. I get knocked down. I get back up again. This is the one of the best new comments I think I've seen today. When I refresh the page, the first thing I see is, "You are stupid and your ideas should kill themselves." This is why I make videos, folks. So we could innervate swipe, and then we could coin Mire, or we innervate Mire, kill this off, then he kills Mire. So I actually like innervate swipe. Fuck you. Shaman's go. And when I say derogatory terms like that, like fuck you and stuff like that, I don't actually mean I hate the other player. It's just like I have, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a meanie pants. It's just at the time, I'm just not so fond of the other player. So we're gonna coin, we're gonna make this guy give us an empty mana crystal, and we're gonna swing him this one. But by no means do I hope any harm upon the other player. I think some people, when I'm salty, they actually think I'm being serious. Like, all zoo players should die. Like, obviously I don't think that. I'm just salty because I probably lost to zoo a bunch that day or something like that. Alright. Okay. Living Roots to make some 1/1 Groots. Raven Idol. Let's see if we can get maybe, let's see, a swipe. Ooh, I like that a lot. So we'll make some 1/1 Groots, and then we'll kill off his token. The reason we make the Groots because we're still at 30 HP, right? So if we were like really low and we couldn't take the 2 damage from Horse Rider, I would have just killed it with Living Roots. But the fact that we can make the Groots, one group can test it, and then another group can live. Like, look at this guy. Why wouldn't you want the sapling to live, right? He's just like a happy sapling. I even made this card gold just because of this guy right here. Look at him. Taunt Totem. Healing Totem. So we actually might just swipe it Runews here. Swipey Runews in the chat of Runews. Yeah, so we'll just, we'll swipe this shit. So we can Wild Growth or we can Shapeshift. If we Wild Growth, we can play War into the Sonaris, which I like. So we're just gonna Wild Growth. I know we have 8 mana, but then we can go 8 into, we can play the 7 into 9 instead of only playing 7, and then there's no turn, but we only get in 1 more damage. These two are some high impact creatures. So these 2 Groots are probably gonna swing into the Totemic if he can't stop it. He cannot stop it, so we're gonna go ahead and slap this bad boy down on the table, and then we can go ahead and kill this Totemic. And now we're gonna hope he doesn't have Hex. And then we also, after Sonaris, we can draw into Nourish, and that'll just be fantastic. So Doomhammer, that's a card. Please don't have, oh, he had Rockbiter too. Oh boy. And the Abusive Sergeant. So he's taking 10 damage, but he gets through our, ooh, he's only, wow, he went to give up a creature. That's really silly of him. I would have never given up that creature. You shouldn't value health. Oh, he shouldn't. Not at this point in time. So if we make 7/7, we turn him in all into 7s and 2s, and that's 14, or we can just go ahead. But if he ignores it, we can kill him off, buff him up. We actually can just all buff him up this turn. But I like the taunt. Yeah, it's fine. I value the 5/8. Because then we can just play Wisp and then just power the wild. That's fine. And if he has like Lightning Storm, he'll use it now anyway. And it also protects us from the Rockbiter. He actually just takes some more damage pushing, so we have not lethal this upcoming turn, but the following turn. And then our Sonaris can just hit that 5/4, and it looks like Lava Burst face. Oh wow, I can't even hit it. Oh, Lightning Bolt. So we're talking about 4, 7, 9. Well, you actually can do it, maybe. Another Wisp of the old gods, eh? So we're actually just gonna summon the 1/1s here. Swing, and we're actually just gonna fit in a hero power. Do we attack the 2-1 or do we just go face? I just think we hit the 2-1. We're gonna take the damage from the 2-1 anyway, so. So he needs to do 4, 7. He needs to do 9 damage with 1 card. Nope. All right, we win. So now we just, we give him the power up. Wow, he got the taunt on him too. That actually might have been enough to buy him some time. We'll have to check. We'll have to reevaluate some damage here. But everything should be at 4, so I think we should be able to get through. So let's give him plus whatever. All right, so let's calculate damage. So that would be 4. That's 12. Yeah, that's something like a win. So we'll just casually destroy his everything that he stands dear to him. Yeah, how you doing? The power of the old gods, the wisps. So we'll play like 1 or 2 more. Hopefully, it sucks that we had lost that first game because going on a win streak is so very important because that's like the essential. That's playing like 2 games and you only have to play 1, so it speeds up the time. But we're not going so. We're not. Oh my God! Look at Zen. He's rank 6 already. Fuck, we were like at the same rank, and then all of a sudden, like he was actually 13. Now I was 10, and then I like dropped from 10 to 11, and then to 12, and then he's just gone zippity zam zoodle, and now we're sitting pretty far behind. Fuck, man. I'm gonna ask him what he's playing. We gotta figure out what he's playing. We'll play whatever he's playing. He's probably playing Dragon Tempo Warrior, to be completely honest here. Yo. Rank 6. Nice. Make it seem like we care, which we do. What deck are you running? Rank 6. Good job. Now what are you playing? And tell me immediately. Alright. Starfall. Living Roots. Naturalize. Starfall's good for mass AoE. Living Roots is good. Yogg Warrior and Yogg Druid switching when I lose. Interesting. I think we'll get Starfall, right? I really like what Starfall can do for me. Wow. Nice, nice. Yogg Warrior sounds interesting. Yogg Warrior was Hippo TQ rank 1 last month. Fun as hell. Sounds interesting. So we hold on to the Wrath and then we just Feral Rage down that next turn, or we Wrath it for 3 hero power next turn. I think we just Feral Rage this down next turn. I'll have to look at Yogg Warrior. That actually, I love Warrior, but I hate Yogg. But I'm actually playing Yogg Druid because I need to give it a try. And it also, I heard it's a pretty good deck. It's pretty interesting, so we'll check out Yogg Warrior. I wouldn't mind. Give hero power plus 4 attack. Rawr. Okay. Yogg Warrior. I'm actually interested. Let's look this up, folks. Hearthstone. Rank 1 Yogg Warrior. I swear. Hypnotics rank 1 Yogg Control Warrior. If I look at this shit and it's oh this is cancer, bro. What the fudge? All right. Deal 2 to this. Passive that. Or do we just let this, yeah, do we just like let it slide for a turn because we have the Starfall? Yeah, we're just gonna let this slide. All right, let's take a look at this. As a general rule when playing against any class, always assume it's the most aggressive version of that class. Slower versions give you more time to draw deeper in your deck. This is blah, 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 blah. All right, let's look at this deck list. I'm gonna go over the large, oh gosh, this is a lot right now. So if we swipe, nothing really good happens, but we can, however, just do 2 damage to all enemy minions, and then we can follow up with a really good swipe. So for big minions, we have 2 brawls, or bigger size creatures and spells. So we have 2 brawls, Hellscream, Tinkmaster Overspark, Elise, Harrison Jones, Justicar, Sylvanas, the Black Knight, Baron, Rag, Sagoth, and Yogg. What the hell is going on here, folks? So we swipe. Doesn't really matter which one we swipe. We'll just swipe this. And then this remains. How do we want to deal with this little guy right here? Do we just Living Roots him, or do we make 2/1/1 Groots? And those can be powered up. Or do we just want to hit it for 3? I kind of just want to make Roots. Do we just want to Living Roots it down, but then we float 1 mana? But he could get a healing totem, yeah. So we're just gonna deal 2 damage to it. We're just gonna kill that there. You can just die. Wow. What is this? What the fuck is this deck? Looks interesting though. I'll try playing it. Of course, I'm not gonna like do whatever this thing is right here. I'm gonna make my own version because I don't. That's some weird shit right there. So we're gonna go ahead and just mulch that, and then that leaves us with basically nothing else to do. So we're just gonna make a 3/2 Panther, and we're just gonna go in. We don't have time. This guy is playing a very aggressive base shaman deck, and we're not gonna get a whole lot of value off the Power of the Wild anytime soon, based on the hand we have now with 2 nourishes and some CC, and then Sinaris to play on 9. So just play this shit now. Throw it down there. Hopefully it, oh god. Well, GG no re. So Ancient of War is our best draw. Ancient of War or Innervate. How you doing? So we actually could go Nourish to draw, but I actually just like innervating out this guy. Buys us more time. Puts taunts in the way, soaks some damage. Then we'll Nourish next turn for 3 cards. He's overloaded a little, so it'll stop it. It'll slow down his turn a little, but not by much. If you have a Lightning Storm too, you got me fucked up right now. Ooh. Such a weird deck. Yogg Warrior. So there's the absorbing 4 damage, South Sea Captain. Alright, I gave him garbage. Raven Idol. I think we're gonna draw first. And then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do from here. Wild Growth is nothing. Fandral is good. Power of the Wild is good. So I think we're just gonna go off and kill this. And then we're going to hold on to everything else. Because if we can Fandral and combo that with Raven Idol and Power of the Wild, I think we're going to be in a good situation, boys. The problem is, however, if he draws into Rockbiter Weapon and then he just slams our face for 1 million damage, because that's what shamans do. Ah, the Fire Elemental. So, good draw for us. What is a good draw for us? What kills a Fire Elemental? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, God. Well, we lose next turn. GG. Man. What's up with... I mentioned today there was a lot of shamans, right? That was in our previous video where we just didn't do too swell. So we're going to go start off... do we actually start off with the draw? No, we're going to start off with Raven Idol. Let's get a... ooh. I like the taunt. I also like this, but we don't have enough time for that. Ooh. 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 Maybe it'll give him 2 shitty cards out of his deck. I doubt it. But we had to kill it, right? Like, there's no way that stays on the field and we can win. Maybe we buy ourselves another turn. We, like, rip into, like, a Raven Idol that's somehow still in our deck, even though I'm pretty sure we played 2 of them. I'm almost, 100% sure we played 2 of them. And then it gives us, like, Healing Touch. And then we rip a War, and then we somehow create 2 Innervates in our hand. And then we Innervate Nourish, and then Wisp of the Old Gods for free because of a prep or something like that. I think that's pretty fair. I think that's reasonable to look forward to. Dude, we know you can win. The amount of, like, wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. Why, Shaman? Why? Like, I try to play aggressive decks, but I just can't, guys. Like, it's just not fun. There's nothing fun about it. But anyway, we'll call it here, and I'll continue on trying to play some Yogg Druid. I can't seem to fucking get past rank 11 to save my life, though. Like, we hit rank 12 before, but the second I stop recording and start playing, like, we're like one-off win streaks. But the second I start recording, the game knows. It's like, you know what? You're gonna do bad. So as always, guys, I'm Warshack, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.